What's up, girls and boys? We're back at it again. Another night. Working on Truck Norris. Here, let's get you in here real quick. So, I still got a little bit of polishing to do, but I take an old head bolt and I put a grind in it, or a line grind, whatever, and I use a wire brush, and I use that to chase my holes out, because you need to chase these holes out for trash and the liquid that's in them when you pull the head gaskets off. So, I've already done this side. I just have to go over with a final little SOS pad or Scotch-Brite, whatever, some little pad. Clean the surface up a little better. It's been razor bladed. I razor bladed it. But I've taken my air blower and blew all the head bolt holes out, and chased them out, blew them out again, wiped the cylinders out, and I'm just fixing to try to get a head gasket on it tonight. Head gasket and head, and a couple bolts. But anyway, here we go. Back to the camera stand you go. I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everything every day. I just want to say that. Everything happens for a reason. Everything's got a plan. But yeah. Anyway. Rambotron 6000, just talking about nothing because it's so late. We're reusing the head gaskets, so we're just gonna wipe them down. I can't get them in my time frame. These still got all the goo on them, but I'm gonna copper coat the crap out of them. If it don't work, we'll always think it should have had, especially when I'm taking the heads back off of it. That's all right. I really don't plan on it lasting too long, because I'm going to do some cool stuff with it. Life's too short. Life is too short. You wake up one day and you're old and you're fat. All right. Just polish this dude up. Still pretty clean from last time. Not everything you see is needs to be wiped down. Some of this is stains. Spray a gasket. Well, heck yeah. We'll spray a gasket. kind of forgot which side was which. I hate that. Really do hate that. Oh well. Oh well. It'll be what it'll be. There's the saber. No. I didn't forget anything, did I? Good enough anyway. See the rest of it tomorrow. Well, fans, that's it for tonight. That's all I got in me. It's probably going on 10 o'clock. It'll be 11 o'clock before I get home. But we'll have the heads on this thing tomorrow night and torqued. And that's half the battle, like G.I. Joe used to say. Knowing is half the battle. Yeah. All right. It's another night. Different day. I just copper coated this head gasket. And we are going to try to apply old man noises. That old copper spray coat smells like putting a model together. So you guys already know what I'm talking about. You know what you get it. Another car. Here comes the head. Almost dropped it. That would have been good. I've already blew out the holes, you know, got all the water, moisture out, chased them out. Oh, a little bit of water. So how's everybody doing? I always say, you know, I'm never bad. I haven't made a video where I'm mad, damn it. But you know, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody that watches has got their own project and puzzle or putting something together and it's going great. Anyway, so working back on Truck Norris, where I left off on the last video is I got everything lubed up, and I got the rockers placed on there. All the bolts started by hand. Nothing is torqued yet. But I have today taken my spark plug out, make sure the thing is working, doing the thing. So I took the number 1 spark plug out over here, number 1 cylinder, front, driver's side, and I found top dead center by taking a screwdriver, a 24 millimeter socket, turning the crank, getting the cylinder, up at the top. But the spark plugs I run on my truck are the BR7EF NGK-Rs, and mine are gapped at 30 thousandths. That was kind of what I was instructed to do, just in case anybody's curious. I'm curious. Me over here. Well, there you go. You've got answers, and knowing is half the battle. Gee, I don't. Anyway, let's get back on point. So number 1 cylinder's up, and I'm not exactly sure what other cylinder is all the way up at this point, but I need to find that out because I'm pretty sure that there's a couple that I can tighten both of them, and then there's quite a few of them that I can tighten one or the other. So we'll get a paint pen, and then whenever we do a cylinder, exhaust, or intake or exhaust, we'll mark it once we get to our torque number. And I'm probably going to have to look at what that torque number should be, and then I'm going to have to get a socket ready because I'm unprepared. I like it. You know how quick it goes from this point. I mean, I know it looks terrible, but it really don't take that much. Don't take that much to get it all back going. Torquing the heads up was the thing. It's done now. It's done now. But anyway, what's up? That's right. It's another night. All right. So I got, well, you can't see it because of this hose here, but I got my push rods put in. By the way, it's Trey. It's another day. Anyway, I always talks in rhymes. So I've taken some of the Ultra Slick engine assembly lube, daubed it on here, bloop, 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 like that. I take, and then I put the push rod in the hole. It's in the hole. I haven't tightened the other side yet because you're supposed to find, the top dead center of each cylinder and then tighten the according rocker arm set, torque it, blah blah blah, and all that. Do it in sequence, yada yada yada. But I'm gonna put the rocker arms on there. I'm gonna put a dab of this on uh, the top of each valve and the top of each push rod. We'll start at the back, make some old man noises. Smudgy. Uh, so I wanted to tell you how I tightened everything up. So I leave the exhaust manifold loose on both sides, and then I put all my stuff under the truck. We're going under the truck. Here we go. There's a supervisor over there laying down on the job. But like, I put all my stuff together, all the tubing all the way around, because there's a clamp thing here, there's a V-band there. It's the uh, dang it, the normal driver flange. That's a stock exhaust manifold on the passenger side. But anyway, I leave it all loose. I get it all fitted together, and then I start here in the middle, and I tighten it up, and then I'll work my way to tighten. Uh, until everything's tight. Just so it all goes together nice. My exhaust manifolds are really snug, so a little bit of stress will move them. But anyway, uh, so the crossover stuff is done. I added a spring to the wastegate because I was tired of having a manual style pressure regulator inside the truck. I just wanted it to make 9 or 10 pounds, whatever two springs will make. But anyway, got that done. Gonna see if we can't get it somewhat back together. I have to get a steering pump, so this steering pump is leaking really bad. So I think I'm just gonna take all of it out of the truck, that whole bracket, and do it on the bench so it's easy. So we'll probably get that done. Maybe get the intake on. Hopefully get the turbo on. Man, I'd love for you guys to hear this thing running, sooner than later, because it seems like cammed, turboed LS trucks, 2000-ish. Yeah, people like it, especially if they're rowdy. What's up, boss? Huh? You sense some footsteps? You're like, I gotta get the kitty cat out the way. That kitty cat got to move. Na-na-na-na. My kitty's gotta move. Anyway, my babbling has gotten worse since the cat showed up. Big, dusty, dirty turbo. This thing, it's been a cool turbo, but I had some trouble with it. I had to weld it back together. And who knows, I might start it back up and go to driving it and the turbo go out. And I know they make rebuild kits, but I really want the turbo that like Eric's got. Eric's got I think this is a GT45, something like that, from VS Racing. Hey, I tell you what, I've made lots of turbo noises with this old dude. Oh, what's that bolt? But yeah, you see, I don't know if you can see. I had to weld it to get it to stay together. Like, something's weird. And I'd get out and I'd go and I'd move the face of the turbo. I didn't stop me. I'd tighten it up, weld it up, do whatever I had to do to get this dude back to. Like, heck yeah. I just want to do smoky burnouts. Z-gaskets. I guess we need to polish all this stuff up first. No major cleaning, just a little scuff. Knock the surface stuff off of there. This one bolt stays in there because it is murder. That's the reason I built the wrench to help me with it. Oh, what a pain in the butt. Get in there, little buddy. Get in there, little buddy. I'm sure y'all can hear the breeze blowing in my camera, but it's intoxicating. Speaking of intoxicating, I got 3, I think, Coronas just been hanging out in the fridge for a minute. I'm gonna have to maybe participate in having one of those later. Corona. Yeah, just looks fun. It just looks like a great time. It just, oh my goodness, I can't wait, man. Like, I should be doing more working and less talking right now. So, I'll put my plug wires on first. I think we're gonna, since my camera's dying, I think we're gonna take out this power steering pump real quick. I'm sorry, accessory bracket with the power steering pump mounted to it. All right, you guys, I did some stuff while my phone was charging. Coil packs, I did the coolant bypass, and mine's got, it runs to the back, and then did this bank of coils, packs, and downpipe. Finished hooking up all the exhaust on the bottom, tightened everything up. The wideband right down there, right there, bing, ding, ding, ding. It still has to come over the intake. I'll have the power steering pump tomorrow and be able to fill it up with, stuff and bleed. Get some light on that face. What about that? Woo! Yeah. But yeah, getting real close. Plug wires tomorrow. Make sure all the spark plugs are tight. Power steering pump. Get it bled. And get the cold side kit on, after the intake. And just see if we can get this thing running. I mean, I'm ready for a thrill ride. I haven't got to ride the Wabash Cannonball in years. Or was that it? No, that was in Nashville. uh, the Mantis, um, the Millennium. Maybe it was the Millennium. It was in Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. But yeah. Anyway, this thing's like a thrill ride, like with the traction bars. You know, it don't pop a wheelie or nothing, but it sets you back and take your belly. What's up, Hoopties and Hot Rods fans? It's Trey, and it's another night. It's late. I'm hungry. This one doesn't rhyme because I'm almost out of time. Anyway, so check it out. I got, and I'm make see if I can't stay out of light. I put my bracket back on. My camera's been giving me trouble because it's full, but check it out. I wanted to show you guys that this bolt right here is the center bolt, and if you hang this bolt first and make sure that this bolt right here, bink, and that is right below that head bolt, pretty much. If you make sure the center and that bracket or bolt hole is lined up, then the rest of them will fall in place. 1, 2, and then there's one right down here. But anyway, I did it without you guys. I'm fixing to tighten that up. I'm going to hang the camera, and then we're going to set the intake on here. Yeah, also, I didn't do the power steering pulley or pump on camera. I did it off camera. Shame on me. But sometimes you just got to take the few minutes that you got and record what you can. But let's see if we can't get the intake on here real fast after I zip these bolts. Zip them down. Should get 15 millimeter. How did I know that was going to happen? Alright, so as with any gasket, any rubber seal, any rubber on metal, I like to take just a little bit, this much, and I smear it around each opening. That way when that intake seats downward, it also slides and the gasket can move kind of freely. You know what I'm saying? Like IP freely. You know that guy, right? That was one of the jokes in school. IP freely. Anyway, yeah, you just take a little bit, rub it around each cathedral port, come back over here for some more, rub it around, share it over here, and it don't take a lot. It don't take a lot to let the gaskets move, but I've had intake gaskets mess up on me before for, for lack of a better term, putting them on there dry. IP freely. Alright, here's my intake. take a rag, flip it upside down. I'm just gonna wipe these dudes off. Try to get any debris off of them. I'm gonna leave the cobwebs because that's part of the allure. There we go. Now I've got one of these Duralast burning. Oh shoot! Thing had a life of its own there for a minute. Yeah. Anyway, so I use that so I can get into all the places and just snug them down, and then I actually torque them. So. I start in the middle. I do the same kind of crisscross pattern that you do. That one is not doing anything. Torquing, click, click. Torquing, click, click. Torquing, left-handed, click, click. Still torquing, click, click. Torquing, click, click. Torquing, click, click. Torquing, click, click. That one's a little bit looser than the rest of them. I'm doing that one. Now get to that one. Hello. Can't you see me? Alright, well, that's all I got time for tonight, guys. And some of this might get edited out. And it just, but anyway, hoopties and hot rods. Can you hear the crickets in the shop? They've got restless leg syndrome. Anyway, back at Truck Norris, I did some stuff off camera, put the alternator on, plugged the injectors up, put the serpentine belt on. Still got quite a bit to do, but hoping to start it here in just a little while. So it's got an MSD two-step on it. So these, it's going to show you guys how to maybe, if you don't know, you take your stock coil pack plug and you plug into the MSD clip. And then you take the MSD clip, and plug it down into the line of coil packs. I don't have a little safety keeper for this side. I usually just zip tie it, something like that. Okay. Do the same thing to the other side. And the wiring is shorter on one side for anybody that's curious. And then you plug the MSD into the stock line of coil packs. Maybe get a zip tie to keep it a little clean. Again, just a little bit of Vaseline helps it go. Helps it slide right on.
Bald Eric walking through the camera. Trey's cracks hanging out. Good thing y'all can't see that.
Is it on there?
No.
My crack's not on the TV. I need to find my plug for this fitting right here. This fitting, we got to take it out, plug that off. I'm not going to be using that. But now the charge tube is in, hooked up. I got a circuit breaker for my new amp. I gotta get all this hooked up before I put a battery in it. But really close. Really close. I really don't see too much else I have to do but fill it up, fill water.
H2O.
Oh, it's not gonna run without plug wires on it.
Peter!
We're not dancing. I gotta go up underneath it. Call a truce. I gotta go up underneath it and make sure the O2 sensor's hooked up. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't think I hooked it up. But then, I got stuff to do in here. This interior panel's still out. It's up here in the dash. Gotta get it cleaned out. I got my Scar amp I gotta put in here. I'm leaving the driver wheel well out. You can see, you know, downpipe and wideband and now you can see all that stuff. Downpipe, wideband, turbo log, you know, spark plug wires. Get to everything. It's a mess. It's a rat's nest. That's the way it be. We're gonna get it down off the rack. I'm gonna spare y'all the butt crack. I'm gonna get it sitting down, get some water in it, and then I'm gonna get back to you and we're gonna fire this thing off. I gotta get a battery in it and make sure my power wire for my amp's not touching the ground somewhere. Not gonna burn my truck to the ground, but I shall return. Bye, Eric.
Deuces.